Ask me.
My first question to you would be, what does media mean to you?
Media is today, any way in which you can make sure that the message that you have reaches a lot of people. So television is media. Social media is also media. Facebook is media. Twitter is media. YouTube is media. A newspaper is media. 30 or 40 years back, there was only the print media, the newspaper. Now then television has come. Now social media has come. Any way in which you can take one person's voice or message to hundreds or thousands of people is, in my view, media. Yeah?
The second question would be, what inspired you to join the field of media?
Well, I was always interested in communicating and talking and writing, and I joined a newspaper after finishing my college, and TV was just starting out, and so I took a chance to join a TV company, which was the in thing at that time. So I'm really talking about 18 years back. So it was the in thing, it was the most happening thing. So I wanted, as a young person, I wanted to be doing the most in thing. So I moved away from a paper and got a job in a TV production house. Later that TV production house became a channel, and so I entered the world of news channels. It wasn't planned, it just happened along the way.
How has media changed through the years of your life?
It's changed a big deal. When I was your age, there was only one. When I was your age, you must be about 12. Yeah? So I remember when I was 11, when I was 10 years old, India won the World Cup in 1983. I was 10 years old then, and there was no TV in our house. The year after that, there was the Asian Games, the 1984 Asian Games, and suddenly people started buying black and white TVs to watch the Asian Games. It was the first time that we saw moving pictures in your house. Otherwise, you would go to a club or to a place where there would be a TV, and on Sundays there would be a movie shown on that TV, and you'd go there and everybody, 100 people would sit together, watch a movie together on TV. So and as far as the news is concerned, there used to be 1 or 2 news bulletins on Doordarshan, in which one person would sit and read the news, almost like it's reading from a piece of paper. Now, when I compare that media to what I'm doing today, it's a dramatic change. Change in the way in which the vehicle has changed through which you communicate, Pictures move fast. Technology allows us to exchange video fast. When I started out as a journalist, you would shoot using a tape, and then you would go 10 kilometers to a Doordarshan office, where you would get 10 minutes to send the footage, and you'd spend 10 hours sending 10 minutes from, say, Delhi to Bombay. Today, I can take up your picture and send it from Delhi to Bombay instantaneously live. This was unimaginable when I started out. Technology has changed. People are communicating much faster. The whole environment has changed. So it's been dramatic change. But I think the biggest changes in the world of media will happen for your generation. We've seen the first leg of the changes. Your generation will really take it to, meteoric levels. I'm very optimistic about the future.
What is the most memorable experience of a debate? Anything which is...
Well, when I was doing the, about broadcasting, not a debate, but when the 26/11, I wouldn't call it a memorable incident, but it's an important moment in my career. One was when I broadcasted for 100 hours non-stop when 26/11 attack happened. We were broadcasting for 100 hours from our studio, and a lot of people were watching us. So that was a big news coverage for us. And recently you may have seen when the Anna agitation happened.
Yeah.
Similarly, for almost 1 week, we were covering everything of Anna's past life. It was an important event for us. So these are events that also shape the destiny of our nation. And at that time, our whole newsroom comes alive and people work together to put the news out. So these are two incidents. I wouldn't call them memorable, but they are important events in my professional life.
Okay, does media influence your life as you influence the lives of other millions of people?
Media influences my entire life because from morning to night, from the time I get up to the time I go to sleep, I'm only thinking of news. And if a news story happens, then regardless of whether I'm on or off, whether I'm on a weekend or watching a film, I will leave anything I do and come back to my studio. It's almost like, if I was today a cardiologist, I had become a doctor and a cardiologist, and if I know that my patient is at a heart attack, I will leave anything to attend to. Right? So for me, my work is my passion, and I really enjoy what I do. And the fact that my work reaches out to a lot of people, it's absolutely critical for me. The media impacts me in a big way because I'm passionate about my work.
I think the media has divided the people at the dining table, but how far do you hold yourself responsible for it?
I didn't intend to divide people on the dining table, but you know that I think it's very healthy that we have introduced a spirit of debate. You see, I can tell you this. If I make 4 or 5 of your friends sit together and ask you a question, which teacher in your class do you like the most? You will all have a debate on it. It is impossible that 4 friends, the 4 of you who are here today, will agree that we all like our maths teacher, or our English teacher, or our Hindi teacher. You see? Similarly, but that's not a bad thing necessarily, honestly. Everybody is entitled to have their own point of view. Isn't that what democracy is about? If I force all 4 of you and I say, no, you know what? He's stronger than the other 3 of you, and therefore you're going to have to agree with him that your English teacher is best because he thinks so. That's not democracy. So what we are doing is the same idea in a bigger level. So the discussions that we provoke are aimed at making people think. If people don't think, then we will not be a practicing democracy. To be a real democracy, you need diversity of opinion. And through our debates, we are encouraging the diversity of opinion. Today, I can't force my views even on my 13-year-old son. I have to listen to what he says and I have to respect his point of view as well. He's entitled to his point of view just as you're entitled to yours vis-a-vis your friend. So going back to your question, have I divided points of view on the dining table, which is, I must say, is a very good question. I agree I have, but only in order to provoke debate. But I will never divide people on the basis of caste, religion, right, community, which state they come from, whether they're Hindu or Muslim or Sikh. That's divisiveness, that's communalism, casteism. I am only dividing people so that they come together on national issues, right, against corruption, against misuse of power. These are important things. So debate is at the heart of our democracy, and we are provoking that debate today.
Would you like to give any advice to our friends at the school?
Well, I would only say to everyone that when you eventually will go out of your school into the real world, you will realize that what you are as a person, how confident you are, how you speak, how you carry yourself, what values you have, right and wrong, honesty and dishonesty. These issues are as important as your academic achievement. So this period is very important that you are in school, And especially as you, now that you are in class 6, as you move from secondary school, you must have moved from kindergarten to junior school, you now go to secondary. When you go to senior school, you will realize that this period should be also built up, building your personality, right? Not just your academic qualifications. Academic qualifications are important, you need to be competitive, but it's not the only thing which is important. But this is not just for you, it's also for your parents and family to recognize that. That's what I have realized in my life. I was a good student, but it was more important to learn other things because they hold you in good stead. Was that all right?
Yeah.
I'd like to thank you both for talking to me.